Is this trail runnable?
Yes.
Oh! Here we go! It's still morning. We woke up early today. We are in Montana. I don't know if oh yeah, busted. Breakfast beer. I don't think I've made a video since we got back to the U.S. It's a little bit warmer now. Look, tank top. We got to camp last night outside of Glacier National Park on the Flathead River. That is Blankenship Bridge on Blankenship Road.
This is a popular little campsite.
Last night a lot of people rolled in. You're allowed to stay here for 3 nights. It's like legit a campsite, which is cool. Just hanging out this morning. I've been writing and Scott's been making music, and we're drinking coffee, and eventually we're gonna pack up and go see what kind of trouble we can get into in the park. It feels really good to be back in the US. It's this
strange
feeling, but I like it. Also, the gas is so much cheaper.
And the beer is cheaper, and the food is cheaper.
So our budget might like us being back in the US for a while, but we've got some ground to cover, so we'll see. Just wanted to show you where we're staying. So we have this thing where any wildlife sighting doesn't count unless it's confirmed. So this is my way of confirming that is a deer butt. Confirmed. Okay.
hit it.
Howdy.
Unfortunately, the Going to the Sun Road is closed for a big section because of forest fires, so we were able to drive a little piece of it this way, and it was lovely, but we're gonna go hiking. They have free shuttles. We're waiting for our shuttle to drop us up the way, and then we're gonna hike around.
Going to the Sun Mountain.
Yes.
We'll end up back here where we parked, hopefully before dark.
Yeah, that's the plan, because you're not supposed to hike after dark because it's bad for running into bears. They recommend you don't.
Glacier and Waterton parks, Waterton being the portion of the park that's in Canada, are combined and are national parks but also an international park through a cooperative between both nations, as well as with the Blackfeet Native peoples. It's really interesting to learn about. It's just awesome.
I learned that these mountains we're looking at are backwards because of something called the Lewis overthrust, where we have sedimentary layers that are 1.5 billion years old that have been thrust over, what was it, 75 million?
75 million, which is like 1/20th the age.
So 20 times older sitting on top because of fault lines and thrusting.
Yeah,
and
one plate thrust over the other.
So cool.
As the Rockies were formed. It's mind-blowing to imagine the highest peaks in Glacier Park were once the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah,
How
it is
the
pretty cool. F for fun.
Yes.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about the Lewis overthrust. So here we are in grizzly habitat.
Yep. right, sweetie.
What? I can't hear you guys are my napping. It's so stinking windy.
We're on Two Medicine Lake out that way. We're taking a 10-mile out and back to Upper Two Medicine Lake. We have an option to take a little bit steeper hike up to No Name Lake if we want to burn that bridge when we get to it. Had a nice talk this morning with our ranger. She was super sweet. She did let us know within the last few days there have been a couple sows with cubs on some of these trails. So we're very bear aware and bear alert. You can see this stuff came from an animal with a very large rectum, and it's full of blueberries. So it's pretty obviously bear scat and looks pretty fresh. This one's pretty good. We just came across what we could consider the definition of a widow maker. Look at that thing. It's ready to fall straight down onto the trail, just like knock your head into your feet.
So we made it back a little bit earlier than we had anticipated. We ended up not going to Upper Two Medicine Lake.
Not quite.
And also not going to No Name Lake. We were probably halfway to No Name, doing what we do, making lots of noise. We were making really good songs about bears.
Really good bad songs about bears.
And then we got chuffed at.
Yeah.
It was definitely a bear
Yeah.
in the bushes, probably 10 feet from us.
It froze us both for a second and it was so scary.
It was a cellular
It was
reaction.
through a thick brush. It was a steep ascent over a blind hill and a blind turn, and we just heard this
Yeah.
like low.
It was full of a lot of intention, and it came with maybe some movement.
Oh yeah, rustling.
Yeah.
Like it was stepping away, I think, as it made the sound.
I don't know.
Maybe towards us, I have no idea.
Yeah.
We didn't see it.
No, we did not have a sighting.
It was not a bear sight. We're quite sure this is a bear
A
encounter.
bear encounter. On a cellular level, everything in our bodies were just like,
Fight or flight.
we
And
gotta
then
get out of here.
The guy was grabbing Rachel's elbow and telling her, don't panic, back away slowly. And we did. We kept making noise so that if the bear were listening, it would hear
Us.
leaving, which hopefully eliminated the cause of that bear's need to huff at us.
Yeah. There was like no way in the world we could move forward at that point.
No, we turned around.
It took us a little bit to get out of there, like to the point where we
Yeah.
felt okay turning our back
Yeah.
because we didn't want to be like fleeing,
No,
right?
you never act like prey.
Yeah.
You back away slowly and you stay calm. And we did that for like 100 feet at least.
Yeah. So then we had the adrenaline up and the adrenaline down. Eventually I just stopped for water and snacks to
Try to
equilibrate
replenish.
a little
Yeah.
bit and get moving. So we ended up with only 8 miles and we didn't get to see the upper lakes, and
Just even happier to be alive.
yeah. Scott Bryson.
We are driving up onto Shadow Mountain. It's a national forest area, so camping is allowed as long as we find designated spots. And let's see, we're right outside of
Grand Teton National Park.
We were just at the visitor center learning about what kind of epic hikes might be available because we want to take one full day tomorrow and see the best of the best if possible. And we're stoked to get to a camp spot while it's still light out. The view of the actual Teton Mountains is a little bit obstructed by some tall trees. This isn't bad. Gosh. Okay, moving on.
Moving on.
Isn't this fun? You get to find a campsite with us.
Yeah, it's like home shopping.
We're basically backyard shopping. Whoa.
So here's a designated camping area. Let's check it out, shall we?
Oh my gosh, I think this is our camp.
This might be our spot. Pretty steep. Maybe we could put some rocks under the tires and level out.
This is our camp.
Look at it. What?
Wait, what? Oh, but if you go up there, we'll look out our tent at the freaking Tetons.
I'm gonna do what you say because I love you.
Aw, and it's a really
not
good
very lovely.
idea. Hey Scott, what do you think of our new home?
I could live here for a night for sure.
Yeah.
Look at all those Tetons.
And we're gonna show Scott's amazing tactic of leveling the vehicle because I'm like,
I want to have the pretty view out the door.
it's a combination of two tactics. One is dig down. So when he backs up, the front will fall in this little hole. The second,
Demonstrated there.
he's gonna drive onto that rock. Don't worry, we fill the holes back in.
Oh yeah.
Because we're kind of like, leave barely a tracers. Yeah, this is a designated campsite. It's not untrammeled wilderness. This is the leveling of the Joan. Oh, too far. Ooh. Ooh. Done and done.
Looks good. Backs are up, fronts have dropped.
Where are we going, Scott?
Holly Lake. We're on the north end of the park. This trail should bring us to around 8,000 or 9,000 feet where we should have some magnificent views of the Grand Teton, the Middle Teton, and I forget the name of the smaller one.
Baby Teton.
It's warming. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we present to you the beautiful, the splendorous, the glacial Holly Lake!
We were just discussing going for a swim.
I was discussing not going for a swim. It's cold.
Scott is filtering some water.
This filter hasn't been used in a while, and it's a good idea to do a backflow. There's the flow direction, so we're gonna go backwards. Take the plunger and just... Yeah.
The sound effects are mandatory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now you fill a little bag with water, and then pour that water through the filter into...
That's how we do it.
That's how we do it. I like to do this. Okay. Screw this on. We turn this over, and we
You squeeze it like an avocado.
the ones you're not gonna buy.
Squeeze it like
Like a
an
real
avocado.
Californian. Excuse me?
All right, we made it off the trail.
Yes, we are done with this park. And we're gonna move on. We're especially stoked because my folks, bless their hearts, dropped $50 in a joint bank account and sent us a text saying, by the way, we felt like buying you dinner.
No, they said beer.
Oh, is it beer? We're gonna get both.
Yeah.
We're heading to Jackson. $50 means we're living large. Oh yeah, tomorrow we are heading to Park City, Utah.
Woo!
I'm super excited to see my aunt and uncle. They are gonna host us for a night or two in their beautiful home. It's just gonna be lovely to see them. Hit the lens, just put a few dents on the corners. It bounced on the rocks on the way down.
Sorry, little guy. I didn't mean to drop you. Hope you're okay.
Love you.